Slow-moving.
What?
Inattentive.
What?
Dull.
What?
Shows a lack of motivation.
What?
Constantly snacking.
This is funny because he's fat.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
In the world of sports, Mike Tyson bit a man's ear off. I don't know what all the hoopla was about. I've actually bit a man's ear off on several occasions. And I'm not proud of it, but it helped me out of many a jam.
Hey, just a sec, I'll check. Amanda Hugginkiss? Hey, I'm looking for Amanda Hugginkiss. Why can't I find Amanda Hugginkiss?
Maybe your standards are too high.
You know, SOB. If I ever find out who you are, I'm gonna shove a sausage down your throat and stick starving dogs in your butt.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Tina, come get some ham.
Castle out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10 from his own 33. Back to pass, ball's tipped in the air, it's intercepted. Why wouldn't it be? And the Patriots have the ball.
Bro, look at yourself. You're an unemployed drunk. You play softball in corduroys, and you still live with your mother.
You shave your body hair, wear Speedos down the shore, and root for the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, that's America's team.
Not in Jersey. We grew up 15 minutes from Giant Stadium. You're a Cowboys fan?
You're just jealous.
I want to kiss you.
Guess what? I have flaws. What are they? Oh, I don't know. I sing in the shower. Sometimes I spend too much time volunteering. Occasionally I'll hit somebody with my car. So sue me. No, don't sue me. That's the opposite of the point that I am trying to make.
Good evening and welcome to the Beer Belly Sports Podcast. What's happening, everybody? My name's Steve-O alongside Matt Geffrey, and today's special guest. Special is a very appropriate word to be using, as Justin Prince will be on the microphone to my right.
The gold mic.
Gold mic.
He is special in.
He thinks that he's Rush Limbaugh of sports because he's using the gold mic today.
Oh, I never thought of that.
See what we got there? But we got a lot going on today. I am a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to the Beer Belly part of the sportscast.
Yep.
I just got done doing my Weird Food Wednesday, and so I'll try to remain conscious and
debatable.
Which may or may not happen in the next 45 minutes or so. So
who knows? It could be an all-nighter.
It could be. We could. Yeah, I was drinking wine, and I didn't know that I was going to end up drinking the whole thing. Quite as hard and heavy as I did. So
he did good.
Here we are. Be sure to check out my Snapchat and see my Valentine's edition of
Let's go ahead and promote that right now.
Yeah.
We also have to post on a Facebook that we didn't do last week.
That and you did.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to.
Yeah. Pulled out
you
your
know what?
astronomer hat tonight, too.
My astronomer hat was... Oh, yeah, I like the stars. I'm a big space guy. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of things right now. And I just tried to do an exclamation point and a hashtag showed up. So that's where we're at. All right. For those of you listening at home, you can follow me on Snapchat, Steve.Poppets66. Be sure to like our Facebook page, and you'll find my Snapchat handle there, and you can join in the fun. I'm going to post it right now. How about that? There we go. All right, and we're also streaming live right now on Facebook Live, so hello.
Hello,
please.
Mr. Geffrey, if you would please, what do we got going on today?
Oh, let's see. We have Valentine's Day that just happened.
It did.
And some of us in here are single. We'll probably still
One
be
of
single.
us is single.
Yeah, one of us.
The big ogre to Steve-O's right.
Yeah, well, this lucky guy over here has been single for...
Almost a year now.
Almost a year. Oh, there's been up and downs, though. Not as bad as our friend Conrad, though.
Oh,
different story for a different day, though.
Conrad. I like Conrad. That guy is...
I think everyone likes making fun of Conrad.
All right, well, let's talk about Brock Lesnar retiring from the UFC.
Ooh.
AP possibly going to the Packers.
Go Packo.
Go Packo, sorry.
You guys.
That just happened.
Then we will also talk about News of the Weird and pretty much ramble whatever else we can find.
Right on. All right. Well, let's start with our first point. Look at this guy just popping up his Snapchat takeovers, huh? Nice. I like that. Humble brag. Who was that?
A friend.
A friend.
Is it a lady
Oh,
friend?
she just a friend.
Oh, is she? Oh, great song, by the way.
She lives in Arizona.
Nice.
And?
It's warm there.
Yeah.
I know. I wish
Do you
I
want to
was
go
out
there?
Well, yeah. I want to go out to spring training.
Is she going to listen to this podcast?
Doubt it.
What's her name?
Mindy.
Can we
Mindy. Oh, Mindy, oh, Mindy. Banana fana fo findy. Me, my, mo, Mindy. You should,
There's
you
Justin.
should hit us up, man. What's up?
Go Brewers, by the way.
Oh, yeah. He's got the spring training has started. And pitchers and catchers have showed up. And I saw a video today of the catcher, what it's like from his perspective. Easy for me to
try
say.
that again?
Chapman fastball.
Yeah, how terrifying.
Oh.
Good God.
You got to have one of those gloves that I think you might need a new one just about every game because you're going to break it, I think.
It's got to be.
Catching those balls.
Yeah, just steel reinforced. And, like, oh, my God.
Pegged by one of those pitches?
No, thank you. Dude, that was, like, my least favorite part of baseball. I love baseball. I loved hitting. But, like, getting hit by the ball was, like, my least favorite. I know. Me too. I think it was because we were big.
Probably.
It was like, oh, that guy's fat. Let's just plunk him.
He takes the whole plate.
Let's see how he handles himself on the baselines.
25 games my senior year of high school. I got hit 14 times.
Jeez.
I
Did you ever beat any pitchers up?
I got hit twice in a game. He threw behind me again my next at bat, and he laughed about it. And so the next pitch I put about 2 inches under his cup.
Ooh.
So he didn't pitch.
You're kind of a D word.
I know I'm a dick. I don't
Well,
give
that'll
a shit.
happen.
Go and get fucked, Jeffrey.
There we go. Welcome to the podcast. So we're all enjoying some beverages. We're because it's Beer Belly Sports, and that's kind of our thing. So here's a little cheers to us. I got wine. They got hams.
Well,
because someone needs to class this bitch up. So
as he drinks from a Pabst Blue Ribbon cup.
Yeah, it's made out of glass.
Well, that, and you're drinking what, blueberry wine?
I am drinking blueberry wine. It's like that. What was that? Dina Carter. Strawberry wine, but it's blueberry wine.
I really like it.
I don't think you're 17 anymore either.
No, I'm a little. Oh my God, I'm a decade past. God, I'm old. Okay. Anyway, spring training's going on. I don't know. That's kind of the.
We have a tendency to digress and derail constantly.
Yeah, we don't like staying on point because staying on point's for other podcasts.
Yeah.
Catch me outside. How about that?
We had a big. We were kind of like saying it to ourselves, like in the intro. I don't know if you guys caught it or you're just doing it on purpose because I caught it in my head. You guys are like saying things like "catch me outside," but saying as the same tone of it, but not actually saying "catch me outside."
Yeah, man.
Did you guys? Okay, man. I just.
Maybe you're just really.
Man, just producer of my cell phone. Just
someone's been.
No.
That sounds like you on your Snapchat story.
Dude, okay. First off, you guys really need to check it out because it's pretty fun. I did it like a film noir style this year. Like that was fun. But anyways, here we go. Back to what we're talking about, spring training.
Oh yeah.
I haven't really been able to follow baseball as much as I've wanted to in the last couple of years.
Nothing's really happened yet.
Twins are just
garbage?
Awful. What's up with that? They used to be so good, and now
we talked about that last week.
And the Brewers are the best 4A major league, minor league team that's ever graced the diamond. But like, what can we expect out of baseball this year? Who won it last year? The Cubs won it last year, which was good. You know,
Hooray.
That's great. What a story that
I still subscribe to the ABCs of baseball. Anybody but the Cubs and Cardinals.
See, I'm okay with.
Hate the Cubs, hate the Cardinals with a fiery, burning passion.
That's coming from a pretty big Brewers fan.
Yeah, I bleed blue and green.
That's weird, man. You should get that looked at.
That does not sound healthy.
Yeah, neither one of those things are good to be coming out of you, no matter what.
He looked at us like, "What are you talking about?" No, it's a metaphor.
But I grew up in Wisconsin. My mom's from Milwaukee. My dad's from Chicago. So We've had a lot of interesting days, so I have to have some sympathy towards Chicago Cubs.
Oh no, I hope
but
the next 108 years starts this year.
But I just can't stand the Cardinals. I hate the Cardinals. I think they're the worst team.
The Mark McGuire's, Albert Pujols.
I hate Mark McGuire, and Albert Pujols is awful. Yeah, and I still
Sorry,
don't like
I
him.
was thinking that Angels in Outfield thing.
Oh man, what a good movie!
That's a good movie.
God, that is a good movie.
You can't deny it. It's like Danny Glover.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was Gordon-Levitt.
Wow.
Anyways, we digress once again.
Anyways,
back to
spring training. What's the storyline going in for the Brewers? You follow them a lot more closely than I do, Justin. What are you expecting out of the Brewers this year?
I'm expecting a stellar finish in the NL Central.
High hopes.
Do you think they're going to be worse than the Reds?
It's going to be a battle between them and the Reds for last place in the NL Central. I really do. I hate to say it, but we didn't do anything to add anything to the pitching. Our offseason key acquisition, are you ready for this? Was Eric Thames.
Who?
Eric Thames.
Didn't they put the NL leader in home runs on waivers?
Yeah, for this dude that they signed from Japan, who bounced around the major leagues before he went to Japan.
Perfect.
So
that sounds like a winner.
They only gave him 3 years and $8 million a year. So.
Oh, that's it. Okay, good.
And then
Chump
the Yankees
change.
picked up Chris Carter, for $1 million.
Huh.
So, but Kermit sipping my coffee. But the Brewers, they're gonna. I said this earlier today. They're gonna be an exciting team to watch at times, but they're gonna be a very frustrating team to watch at times. They're gonna be a very young team. They've got a lot of solid talent coming up through their farm system.
Well, yeah.
And you might see a lot of that this year, especially at the shortstop position, some outfield position, second base a little bit too. But our pitching is just not going to be enough to get us any kind of anywhere.
Do you remember Ben Sheets? Do you remember Ben Sheets was awesome?
I have a Ben Sheets bobblehead at home.
Dude, I have a Ben Sheets bobblehead. My grandma, she used to collect all of those, all the bobbleheads, and so she had and this is really back in the day, early 2000s, of Wes Helms. You remember him, the third baseman? She would get so angry at him whenever he would strike out, which was most of the time. And so, she had him up on the fireplace mantle, and whenever she was mad at Wes Helms, she would turn it and make him face the other way because she couldn't even look at him. But Ben Sheets, I don't know why I was thinking about this guy the other day. Oh, it's because the Brewers were doing this Valentine's thing, and I have a Robin Valentine signed picture that I won as a kid. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's an autograph. That's the only thing I have. But they were like, be my Valentine or something. And I was trying to think of what it would be with Lady on the Streets, Ben Sheets in the Sheets, which is just just really quick and hard.
Jeez.
I don't know. I don't know why I was thinking about that, but Ben Sheets, he was one of the only people in the history of MLB to strike out 3 people on 9 consecutive pitches.
Yeah.
And that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
But the dude just had injury problems.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I remember he would.
Story of, Brewers. Life, but,
Yeah.
But he was so much fun to watch when he was good. And
when he was good, he was so good.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And now I don't think I could name a single pitcher in the Brewers starting lineup.
I can name.
Is Gallardo still around?
Nope. They traded him to. They traded him a couple years ago, and now he's, I believe, with the Orioles.
Oh.
So.
Who else do they have?
Zach Davies. He's a little scrawny little thing that actually makes Jeffrey look fat. Well, Jeffrey is fat to begin with, but
6'3", a solid 240.
A flabby 240.
Yeah, in the front area.
I love how often we just post our stats about ourselves.
Because we're former.
What's up, people
players?
that might be listening to this? This is how big I am. It's who's that guy that how big a boy are you?
Well, I don't know. Well, let me tell you.
It's just so weird.
They got Zach Davies. They got Chase Anderson.
Okay.
That's about the only 2 I can probably name at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know any.
They're kind of a ragtag group.
See, the last time I checked in on, do they still have Corey Hart?
Nope.
Sunglasses
that's
at
a long
night.
time ago,
He's
isn't it?
gone.
he's gone.
What
I don't even know
about?
if he's in the majors.
Is Ricky Weeks still around?
Nope, he is with the Rays now. He just signed with Tampa Bay.
Wow. What about Ryan Braun?
He is still on the
He's
team.
still there.
Steroids and all.
Hey, he's got herpes. He doesn't do steroids.
That too. The Hebrew Hammer is still with the
Hebrew.
Brewers.
The Hebrew Hammer. I'm trying to think of who is the catcher.
Damian Miller.
Yep, definitely did know that.
Jonathan Lucroy.
Yeah, Jonathan Lucroy.
We traded him last year at the trade deadline to Texas.
What?
Yep.
For who?
A whole bunch of nobodies.
Sounds right.
Okay.
We traded him into a pennant contender, though.
Who's the general manager for the Brewers?
David Stearns.
Get him on the phone.
David what?
David Stearns. Dealing David Stearns.
David Stearns, like
He's
David
made-
Stern from the NBA?
No.
Wrong one.
A little different.
Okay.
But he, David Stearns.
With a Z.
Yeah.
With a Z.
And with an S, you moron.
I was never good at English.
I believe he has made 13 trades now in the year and a half that it's been since he's taken over the Brewers.
Is he like the next Theo Epstein?
Honestly, if he is, I would be pretty happy with that because that means we're going to win a World Series.
I'd be okay with that.
I would be too. I would love to bring a World Series to Milwaukee. Can you imagine the beer that will flow in that city?
Dude, that would be epic. That would be so awesome. Like,
the river will run with beer, not red. It will just run with beer. Miller,
it's been so long.
2007
was the last time that they did anything in the playoffs, and that was all on the back of the big fat guy.
2011 wasn't 2011.
Or 2011.
They were the NL Central champs and Prince Fielder.
Yeah,
and he's retired now.
Yeah, because of neck stuff.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
That's crazy.
He can come back.
Yeah, well,
No, he can't. He swings a bat and his neck breaks, and he's paralyzed.
Meanwhile, the Twins are looking at Justin Morneau. Like what?
And also,
didn't he already play for him?
Yeah, a long time ago, back in the good days,
The 80s?
good days of the like the 2000s.
Oh,
the Canadian.
He had good defense, though.
Until he got whacked in the head, then he had a concussion.
Yeah.
And then
he was like super
okay,
concussed.
would you rather have Justin Morneau's wonky head, or would you have Joe Mauer's shitty knees?
I guess that's like a horse apiece, really.
I don't know. Steve, you tell me. You have horrible knees.
I also have horrible knees.
I would take his knees because the brain thing doesn't really fix, and I'd rather not be dizzy and confused all the time. I can handle a little knee pain. They got
That's
pills for
ibuprofen.
that,
Yeah.
but like your brain, when your brain's all messed up,
sounds like my trip to Walmart.
that's just I don't want to get on that board, man. That just sounds awful. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
So concussions suck.
They're nothing to joke about, but man. I remember Corey Koski when he was with the Brewers.
Oh, yeah.
He got a concussion, and he suffered from post-concussion syndrome for so long. He actually had to retire from it because his headaches were so bad and everything that he couldn't even play anymore.
That's a bummer. So sorry about that.
Jeffrey, what about the Twins this year?
Yeah, what about the Twins? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Can they surpass the 103 worst franchise losses?
We pretty much did that last year.
That is true.
So if we can maybe get close to that or a little bit under that, I'll be all right.
So what do you think, 99, 98, 97, 96?
We'll say 95.
Can I have your number?
95 wins.
No, 95 losses.
Oh, sorry, I was not paying attention there.
Idiot.
So that'll put you at 71 wins.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds
You'd be
right.
okay with that?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I'd be happy with 70 wins for the Brewers.
Yeah, right. There's no way in hell we're a playoff contender.
Yeah, really. I mean, you only just last year posted the $12.8 million posting fee for Byung-ho Park, then signed him to that big contract, and then you just sent him down to the minors.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 corner infielders.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Let's get rid of Vargas. We don't need him.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have some pitching. I don't want to get rid of Sano yet because I'm afraid it'd be like the next Big Papi. Then we're screwed again.
Yeah, that's right. Big Papi started in Minnesota.
Yeah,
it's still a sore subject with you.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hurts. Just a week.
In Minnesota's defense, he was not Big Papi when he was
wasn't.
on the Twins at all.
That sounds like in any other Minnesota team they get rid of like a good player, and then when he's really good.
And now he's
Gomez. Well, yeah.
Well, he had his good years with the Brewers, and then he struggled when we traded him to the Astros, and now he's with the Texans. Or I mean, excuse me, Texans. That's football. He's with
Yeah.
the Texas Rangers, and I think he'll do all right there. We'll see.
I did like his mouth, though. He would run his mouth.
Oh, hell yeah, he would. I loved how he sprinted around the bases on home runs. He was the fastest guy around the bases.
Yeah, he scored a winning run for us. It was like game 160 something. I don't know, but it was one of the coolest things ever in the Dome. Like one of the last times in the Dome.
Yeah.
I don't know who hit. I think it was Cuddy or somebody. He's sprinting. He slides in. He throws his helmet down. Like, Gomez, you're the best then.
See, that's what I love about players is when they have attitude.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of this big thing about you can't celebrate, like, pitchers that throw behind guys when they celebrate a home run.
Make baseball fun again.
Or
make baseball fun again.
Just
make baseball fun
just
again.
Make sports fun again. You can't do anything.
Yeah, the NFL, the no fun league.
That's true.
There's that. Like the NHL, they don't do anything because they're all, I don't know, like why they don't.
The NBA is the no bitching association.
That's true.
Yeah. But like make baseball and football fun again, man. That was the coolest part to see. It's an emotional sport. Both of them are. Yeah. And I don't see any reason why you can't show your emotion after you do something great or not so great.
Like a fat man running down the field with the ball.
Right.
Well, that's one of the coolest things in the world to see.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm not. Well, I've yet to see you run, Steve-O. I've seen Justin run.
And I can outrun Jeffrey, mind you.
Okay.
That doesn't take.
That's
much.
not. Yeah, that's not much.
I don't like to run. I'm an anti-runner. Well, I think I was the pitcher
Sounds like
and a
an
quarterback.
excuse to me.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
He's going to edit this part out of the podcast so that no one knows that he's an unathletic little.
That's why he pitched, and he wasn't even a good pitcher.
In softball, no, I wasn't. I got teed off.
Really?
Except for
Hang up on him.
except for one team, I did pretty good. And after that, the next team
you just sucked.
killed me. I said a couple words in between.
Yeah, you did. Just a few.
Just because I kept walking there because they weren't swinging at like pitches that like normal baseball players would be swinging at.
Well, yeah, because you pitch like a baseball player.
I know.
Also, you're playing softball, dude.
I know.
Exactly.
I know. Don't remind me that because it hurt my feelings a lot. Because I got a strike and I hear like somewhere on the field. Oh, let's see if he can get another one after like the 15th guy I walked. Yeah, so that hurt.
Oh, sorry, I was just crying.
Yeah, I know. You shed those tears over
Someone
there.
had to be sad about this.
Anyways, spring training. Anything else you guys want to say besides Twins are a terrible team and Brewers probably a terrible
Brewers,
team?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I just love baseball.
Well, I do too. I'm excited.
Baseball season's great because it's warm outside, and that's something I'm excited about.
The snow can melt any day now.
Do you want
I like hockey season and everything, but the snow can melt and we can still have hockey season.
Do you want to do some BP when the snow melts?
Why the hell not?
Okay.
Home Run Derby, a Beer Belly podcast.
Hold up.
I will win that.
No. Justin can hit softballs during BP all day long. Home runs in a game. It gets to his head. He pops it up. And next thing I know, it slams his bat on the ground and I choked up too much. Or I overthought.
Let the pressure get to you, man. So is this a yes or no? Are we doing a home run derby?
You want to do a home run derby?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I ain't going to win, but.
I was going to say, I don't know if Jeffrey can even get a ball to the fence.
Let's see. There's only a couple people I know who would. David, I know, could. I mean, if he actually was intoxicated the entire time. And I know you can. Steve-O, you probably can. Should I just ask a whole bunch of like softball players?
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, dude.
Hells yeah, we got to find out when we're going to do it then. Yeah, so we'll do
playing in a tournament in about a month and a half.
I saw you're going to be able to do it? Well, you have to probably go down Brainerd anyways.
I'll be around. I got nothing to do on the weekends.
I'll be around.
So as of now, there's only 3 people.
I'll be there for you.
Anyways, let's move on to our next more wonderful subject, Valentine's Day recap. Since we didn't really recap it all that much.
Oh yeah, what'd you do?
I actually had a little help with this one because I suck at anything romantic.
Okay.
I got flowers for the better half. Took her to her work to show off in front of her friends because I'm that type of guy.
Sure.
And then I made a homemade Valentine's Day card. I don't know what that was. That was not on my button board. This is a made up one.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, headshot.
That's just going to repeat all. Okay, so what else did you? This is really making it romantic, you know.
Yeah. So
setting the mood.
So, anyways, after that,
yeah.
I was in the clear. Everything was good for the night. Wink. Hope she's not watching because I'm probably not going to have anything for next month.
Wink? Did you just say wink?
Yeah, I wink, but like last week, I used my whole face to wink.
Do. Is he winking at both of us?
Yeah, palsy? What is he doing?
I think he's just blinking. Okay.
Anyways, Justin, what's... Aw. I have the button board. You leave me alone.
Okay.
I do what I want.
I know you do.
Can I have your number?
No. You already have my number.
Can I have your number?
You already do. Anyways, what'd you do?
Where's your boyfriend at?
I'm looking at him. Aw. Anyways, what'd you do for Valentine's Day?
I worked like normal. My life revolves around work, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I enjoy my job.
You know what's great about radio? You can take those times off and just, record everything and have it set up for later.
Meh.
You got it before too. You just record your stuff and
I went to go. Yeah, I mean sometimes, but like I went to a hockey game last night and filmed that. That was a lot of fun.
Saw your snap.
I made some. My Zamboni.
Your singing was.
That was funny.
I laughed.
Did you guys know that Zambonis make anything about 100 million times funnier, no matter what the story?
They really do.
Really?
Think about it.
They really do.
Tell me any story, and then tell me that same story and change the main character to someone riding a Zamboni. And that story is infinitely
There's
funnier.
a song out there called I Want to Ride
Instead
Zamboni.
of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Zamboni.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
You're a Zamboni, Harry. Like, that's hilarious. He's like, through the deathly hollows, he left us a thin layer of ice that the other people felt that was it was unpleasant to walk upon.
Well, okay. I have no idea what that any of that meant.
So, but we digress.
You don't know what? Okay, whatever.
I don't watch nerdy things.
Well, go
it doesn't matter if you do. Okay, a guy was running to first base. Lame. A guy rode a Zamboni to first base.
Okay, awesome. I give you that.
No, you're not gonna laugh. Is this
like
that one? Is this?
I'll give you that one.
We can't make McEvery laugh. Is that the rule?
It won't take very much.
Well, we've been trying.
Well, I got it. I'm also trying to run this board as well too. So I'm paying attention / not paying attention.
Go and get fucked, Jeffrey.
Why are you so mean?
Okay. So, anyways, your Zamboni tweet yesterday or snap was funny.
I went to a hockey game, and then went and put my beautiful face on television.
Saw it.
And then I had made myself some food on Sunday night in preparation for kind of the week that was ahead, and ate one of my chicken breasts and some sweet potatoes last night.
I did see that. They look really good.
Fucking delicious.
Fucking good, man. That's the best chicken I've ever had in my life, man.
It was really good. It was apple slices and Gouda stuffed inside of a chicken breast.
That does sound good.
That's how you know when you're single.
I want to start a cooking series called Big Man Little Kitchen because my kitchen is about...
That'd be great for you two.
Like half
yeah, dude, we should do that.
It's like half of this hallway.
We should do that. Big Man Little Kitchen. We should make
Big Man Little Kitchen combined with Weird Food Wednesdays.
Well, I don't know. I think that would just be like us dying. Because I am.
Although you would work in that kitchen too, Big Man Little Kitchen.
Yeah, I mean we could do that like Sunday nights or something. As long as there isn't a pay-per-view going on.
Oh yeah, you're big into your wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling. There was a pay-per-view this past weekend.
Do you want to talk about that too?
Yeah, Elimination Chamber, baby.
Let's talk about your Valentine's, then we'll talk into that.
Oh, my Valentine's Day. I was sick, and so I stayed home from work. And
by the way, continue on. I'll tell you what happened. What I heard.
Got called into work in the middle of the night, and so I had to go in and do work on my sick day.
Aw.
Yeah, it was a bummer. My girlfriend worked until almost midnight, and then when she came home, we had ice cream.
Aw.
And then, other stuff happened, and that was the end of the story. That was my Valentine's. I watched the entire second season of American Horror Story.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty good. People say it's not that good. I liked it. Yeah. I enjoyed Asylum. fight me. If you have an argument,
Whoa.
I'll bite your freaking nose off.
Jeez, that got like
punch you in the jejunum.
that got
Yeah.
ugly.
So anyway, that's just where I'm at right now.
Anyway, I was listening to your other show at a different radio station, and I was like,
My
"Where's
radio show?
Yeah, I was like, "Where's Steve-O at?"
Oh yeah, yeah, it was
That's
sick.
That's when I text you. I'm like, "You're not even on."
Did you? I guess they spent the whole day telling people that I adhered to this rule that a bunch, like 40% of Americans believe that Valentine's Day should be a national holiday and they should get the day off of work.
Boo! That's what Super Bowl is.
Yeah, I said Super Bowl Sunday,
day.
so
Yeah,
and so it was
or the
just
next day at least.
Yeah, Super Bowl Monday. It's
Super
like
Bowl Monday, opening day. Need to
it's
be
like
national
Easter
holidays.
Monday. You know, it should be we should get that day off.
Make it happen, America.
Yeah, step up. Heinz did.
Yeah, they did. It's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, and think of how much ketchup they sold because people were like, "I support that idea." It's capitalism, people. You just gotta be creative.
Did you hear about that? What Heinz did for Super Bowl Monday?
No.
They gave everybody a day off. All the
like 43,000
Props to them.
employees, and they give them all a day off.
I thought it was awesome. Anyways, let's move on. We're about 30 minutes into this wonderful bit. Let's.
Leave soon.
Nah. If you want to, I guess.
Some of us have a job to do, unlike you slacker, Geoffrey.
Whoa, hold up. Oh, wait, I didn't work today. It was Wednesday.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. I just play video games all day.
That and you go and cart beer around to like 3 different places and then you call it a day.
No, 5.
Ooh, 5.
And A&W 7-Up.
Oh.
Okay, what are we moving on to?
Brock
besides
Lesnar
Jeffries?
retiring from the UFC.
Who cares?
Okay, moving on. That's pretty much what I was thinking, too.
Sad day, though.
He's getting paid more
Why?
money to be in WWE.
Why is this sad
Just
day?
because he's from Minnesota.
No, he's from
he's
South
from
Dakota.
Okay, close enough.
Webster, South Dakota.
And now he's
You would fucking know that, though.
Yes, I would.
and he's billed out of Canada, so he's an expatriate. And he took steroids the last time he got in a fight.
That'll happen.
And I'd rather see him in WWE.
He's getting paid more anyways.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Getting jobbed out to Goldberg.
What? What do you think about the possible super fight between McGregor and Mayweather?
I heard it's already done. Dana White just has to say yes.
That's what I heard too. Like I want to see that.
But I'll be someone that will take an opposite view, and I don't really give a damn about that either. I don't care because there won't be drama at all. It will be Mayweather running around the ring like always, and McGregor will be like, "Oh, why don't you fight me?" Which is an awful Irish accent, and then he'll just stand there, and then they'll like throw 4 punches at each other. And whoever lands the 4th punch is going to win, and they're going to make $1 billion off of 1 round of fight.
Yeah,
sounds
that's what's
right.
going to happen, and it just sounds lame to me. I don't know. I'm not a big boxing fan, and I don't really care too much about UFC right now.
Okay.
So yeah,
let's move on to AP possibly going to the Packers. What do you guys think about that? There's Brett Favre, made the ultimate move to go from Green Bay to Minnesota.
Well, first we traded him to the Jets.
Yeah, I
Then
know.
The Jets
A lot of people
traded
did
him
forget
to
about
Minnesota.
that. I mean, he always wanted to play for Minnesota, though. Well, I guess for that OC that was there. Anyways.
But I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel about it. I mean,
I don't care.
I wouldn't care either way, honestly.
I think it would be funny.
It would be
hilarious.
Number 28 wearing green.
Especially if we win it. Especially if we win the Super Bowl next year, because honestly, I only want to win the Super Bowl next year for one reason and one reason only. Because it will chap Minnesota sports fans.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because isn't it in Minnesota?
Because it's in Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh.
So
that is the only reason I want to win.
I think it would be it'd just be funny because what's the number 1 most popular Vikings jersey besides that 84? Is 28.
28.
And all of those millions of jerseys that have Adrian Peterson, and it is exactly like the Brett Favre situation.
Well, yeah, now Favre has a Viking jersey in his fucking Hall of Fame locker.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's so stupid.
Well, whatever. He won a Super Bowl with the Packers, and he set all those records with the Packers and whatever.
Well,
I just think how poetically beautiful would it be for Adrian Peterson to just move across the river and go
then tear it up twice a year against the Vikings.
Yeah, and then
or 3, who knows?
All he needs is some obscure personal problem. Maybe he hits his kid with a stick again, and then gets disgraced, and then goes over to the Packers, and it's like his tale of redemption.
It's only 200. It's only 278 miles from Green Bay to Minneapolis.
Wow.
So there's that.
This is
at least he doesn't have a
text
non-compete.
from my friend regarding you.
Well, sometimes I like to have 2 of them.
That's funny. Sometimes you gotta. But yeah, I think that would be great. I would be all for AP coming over. I'm not going to cheer for him personally. I think he's a piece of shit as a person, and I think he's a phony.
I smell popcorn.
And smell it for a while.
Really, guys? Are you having strokes over here? We're having a discussion. I think AP is a piece of shit, and so it would be difficult for me to cheer for him, except for when he averages 7.8 yards per carry on the season because he's so pissed off and he's moved away from his kids, so he can't get rid of his aggression.
I want to throw this out. There's been key accusations from the past
his kids with
that Vikings picked up from the Packers. Darren Sharper in 2005. Longwell in 2006. Yeah, that's true. Robert Ferguson in 2007.
Okay, Robert Ferguson was trash when he was
with the
Packers, and he was worse when he was with the Vikings.
Greg Jennings 2013. And
fuck Greg Jennings.
He was never as
he
good
wasn't
as
even
he was
a factor.
with the Packers. Never.
Desmond Bishop in 2013.
Was that
as well.
linebacker?
Oh, yeah, that was a linebacker.
I mean, he didn't last very long.
I really
either.
wish you guys would have gotten Brandon Bostic, especially after the
Don't look at me. You act like I'm a Vikings fan.
Yeah. No one cares about you, though. You're
gosh.
a stupid Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
By the
Which-
way, how was that playoff game? Right, Steve-O?
Ouchers.
Who was all nervous? You were drinking more in the beginning of the game.
Yeah, because it turned nervous into celebration, and sometimes if you just continue, it's like a J curve.
I do it.
Jared.
It's just like you're nervous, and then all of a sudden you're excited. It's
Yeah,
how-
that last
video
second
that you have of us is just great.
Your
It
belly
is.
is gorgeous, by the way. And
it does make
Steve-O's
quite
face,
the cameo.
Steve-O's face is just.
I was so happy.
And then you had to wear that jersey for a week.
That burned. That did burn. I'm not gonna lie. That burned in the inside.
Well, it's
By the way,
because we put some.
I have a picture of almost every day of that on my Instagram. Just saying. So
I posted.
Do you want to plug your
Princer77?
There you go. That's his Instagram. Follow him there.
If you want.
Social media plug. If you guys found us on SoundCloud, thanks for diving so deep. But we are there. Also, Facebook, Beer Belly Sports. Geffrey, what's your Facebook? Do you got a Twitter or anything?
Twitter is Geffrey16. Same thing as Snap.
Okay.
JPrince77 for Twitter if you want to follow me. I am funny occasionally.
He is. You do have some interesting. I like to do to challenge your things.
Oh yes. Well, that and
no one asked you, Geffrey.
Exactly. That's because. I like
well, you put it on Twitter. What do you think I'm not going to say?
But I like to razz Geffrey too.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I had just a random thought. The one week I went with a random thought every day. Just one.
Isn't
random
that
thought.
what Twitter is?
Basically, but I was just sitting there on a Sunday and I was doing my laundry and I was like, you never really don't have dirty laundry unless you do your laundry in the nude.
Wow, man, that just changed my life.
That's deep. That's deep thoughts, confessions.
So I was
Prince.
sitting there thinking about that and I was like, I'm going to do one of these kinds of thoughts per day. Just one of the random thoughts that pops into my head.
All right.
What's your random thought for
fire,
today?
Fire is on things.
Well, that's not true. Fire is a result of a combination of a reaction, and that's what fire is. So it's the combination of heat and energy, and it's released. So it's from that thing.
Okay,
Nerd.
Whatever.
Nerd. Fucking read a book. So yeah. Anyways, my Twitter handle is Pappas_Steve. We'll have that all on the Beer Belly Sports Facebook page. We'll post up our stuff Are we taking a break here soon or no?
Do you want to take a break?
Yeah, I'd like to catch my breath.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break. When we come right back here on the Beer Belly Sports Podcast, we'll talk about, let's see, news of the weird.
I got to get out of here and head to work.
Aww.
So we're gonna talk behind Justin Prince's back.
Sounds normal.
And we'll figure out what else we're going to talk about.
Jeffrey called me out last week.
I did.
We did.
I don't because you weren't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do it on a Thursday when it's one of my busiest nights of the week.
Aww.
So you did it on a Wednesday, and I can do it on a Wednesday.
Okay. I love you. Bye. Let's take a quick break. Come right back. We'll have a lot more.
And welcome back to the Beer Belly Sports Podcast. And we're going to dive into the weird wire. I think that's great that you had John Cena's theme there. He just tied Ric Flair for the most
oh, yeah, you're right about that.
16, and then he lost it to Bray Wyatt in Elimination Chamber. And,
we were going to talk about that, too.
Yeah, we'll talk about wrestling in a few.
All right, do you want to do
or do you want to do it right now?
Whatever you want to do, man.
Let's talk about wrestling right now. It's fresh in my brain.
Okay.
Sunday was a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. It was Elimination Chamber, and coming right out of the Royal Rumble, where John Cena beat AJ Styles for his 16th championship.
Well, good.
Tying Ric Flair. They weren't really making a big deal about that. Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Like, going into it, they really weren't making a big deal about how John Cena was about to tie the most.
Really? They didn't say that enough?
They did, but it just wasn't like the major storyline, so it felt weird.
If Jim Ross was there, he would have.
If Jim Ross would have been there, it was great. But Mauro Ranallo, he's the new guy that they have for SmackDown. And, man, that guy is good. He does UFC fights. He does boxing. The guy really gets into it.
That's good.
So it's fun to see a guy that is actually excited to do play-by-play for WWE doing it.
That's good.
But anyways, John Cena won on Sunday, or on Royal Rumble, and then this past Sunday, Elimination Chamber, Bray Wyatt won. And he and Randy Orton have been in cahoots for the last, since October or so. And and Randy Orton won the Rumble. So he's destined to meet Bray Wyatt at Mania. And so on Tuesday, yesterday, they had SmackDown, and the main event was a triple threat with John Cena, AJ Styles, and Bray Wyatt for the championship. And it was a hell of a match. Like, I've never, I wouldn't say never, but like, it's rare that a main event on the free television makes me as excited as this did. I was at the edge of my seat, yelling, jumping, and I was sick, man. I could barely talk, and I was just jumping around. It was awesome. And Bray Wyatt ended up on top, and then Randy Orton came out, and we thought he was going to like RKO him or something, or be like, I will defeat you.
Ooh.
That's what we thought. But he comes out, and he relinquishes his opportunity to be the main eventer of WrestleMania.
Nice.
Which was unheard of. So it's just crazy stuff are going on in wrestling, and I recommend watching SmackDown if you're not a wrestling fan, and you'll become a wrestling fan.
Alrighty, that's Steve-O with some WWE news. Let's go ahead and get into our news of the weird. Phenomena. Where is it at? There it is. A 23-year-old man in Tampa, Florida was hanging out with his cousin in September, and nearby were a gun and a bulletproof vest.
Oh, boy.
And the result was predictable. According to the police, the first man donned the vest and said, The first man donned the vest and said he wondered. Take 3. He wondered whether, quote unquote, still worked. The cousin picked up the gun and said, "Let's see." Oh yeah. By the way, his cousin Alexandro something. He's 24, got charged with manslaughter.
Of course. And where did it happen? Florida.
It is. What a shock. Wonderful Florida. Let's see what else. Another animal survives by mouth to mouth. In November, an 18-year-old man was allegedly trying to steal koi carp fish from a holding tank pending their return to the pond at Castle Park somewhere in England. It was a botched job, resulting in the death of most of them, including some of the oldest and most visitor-friendly of the species. Park rangers managed to rescue several, and one ranger even gave mouth to mouth to not one, not two, but 3 carp.
To fish?
Yep.
How do you give mouth to mouth to a fish?
I don't know.
Do you have to like breathe in water and then you like shoot water out?
I have no idea. A biologist told the BBC News that the carp are noted to survive on low oxygen and might not have needed the mouth to mouth.
Well, I mean, better safe than sorry.
Yeah, he's making sure.
He's making a list and checking it twice.
Yeah, he was.
Wow.
All right, that is our news of the weird. Anything else you want to talk about, or we want to do what we learned for today?
Let's just go to what's weird and what we learned. How about that?
All right, we can do that.
I was going to tell a story, and it's just too gross for me right now. So we'll leave that for another day.
Okay.
And it might not be true either. So,
well, that's the power of radio.
What stopped us yet, right?
Yeah, true.
But okay, what did we learn today? Today we learned that it turns out that the Twins and the Brewers are basically the same team.
We are.
One just plays
teams.
real baseball, and the other plays in Minnesota. So.
We are. What do my friends say? We're a terrible team in a terrible town in a very beautiful stadium.
That's true. It is a beautiful stadium. So we learned that. We learned Justin Prince is.
He's gone. Where'd he go?
Is gone. He's aggressive.
He is aggressive.
We learned that we're going to do a home run derby.
Oh, yeah. We got to make that announcement, too.
We are going to have to make that happen. And once the snow goes away and it's warm for more than 2 days in a row.
True. Well, it's supposed to be pretty nice here the next...
47.
Is that Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be so awesome. Because I don't work this weekend.
I got to work this weekend.
Aww.
What else do you got going on? What else did we learn?
We learned that Justin is a really huge, aggressive person. That's really about all I remember.
Yeah, I don't really remember what else. I'm just kidding. But what else did we learn? We learned that doing the Beer Belly podcast right after doing Weird Food Wednesday is not very conducive for my sobriety.
How do you feel?
I am drunk.
Well, that'll happen.
I am very drunk.
Again, that'll happen. And there's nothing wrong with that because...
I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. Next week, what do we have going on? Anything else?
What do you want to talk about?
Hell, we can talk about more spring training, unfortunately.
We'll have spring training going on.
There's some hockey stuff going on.
There'll be hockey stuff. Yeah, BSU in in the playoffs. We'll have that.
There better be more people than like 40 in the Sanford Center. I go there and I'm pretty liquored up.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
I guess I don't even play this right now. I was playing out our intro. We didn't really need to right now.
We'll start it.
We'll start it later. My seats are right behind the visiting penalty box, or kind of the side.
Yeah.
And I talk trash, and I'm usually inebriated.
Well,
because I like to pregame it with my in-laws, and they all support me too. But I have to make sure I don't there's not really young kids around me.
Why?
Because I say a lot of mean things. So I have to keep it PG. Like, when I have little kids
PG
around.
era.
I know.
You can't be like Scott Steiner.
No. Big pop!
See, most men, they have 3-3 and a third chance of winning in a fatal three-way. But I am genetic superior, so I have a 25% chance of winning anyways. So, Scott Steiner math is great. You should look that video up.
It's hilarious. We watched that the other day, or a couple weeks ago.
We did. It's hilarious.
It is really good. All right. Otherwise, that's pretty much about it. Make sure you go to the BSU's hockey.
Follow me on Snapchat and
buddy.
on Twitter.
Yeah, because he does a lot of cool, funny things.
I try to.
Well, you do. I would say you do a really good job.
Well, thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Well, good.
All right, well, that does it for the Beer Belly Sports Podcast for this week. Join us again next week. Like the Facebook page, follow on SoundCloud, and see you next time.
Bye.